That was my last sit-up ever. Sit-ups or crunches is one of the most common exercises, but what if I told you that it actually might be dangerous to do? I'm Göran, I'm a physio and coach, and in this video I will explain the research and biomechanics behind this that I think will convince you to never do a sit-up again yourself. But don't worry, I will also tell you what to do instead that actually strengthens the important core muscles in a positive way without ending up hurting yourself. Wait a second, can it really be something wrong with the famous sit-up? I mean, it feels like this exercise has been around forever, and can so many coaches and PTs prescribing this really be wrong? Well, yes, there are lots of things we humans just assume are good because we have done it for a long time. And at first glance it feels and seems like something good. I mean, yeah, you can obviously feel that your stomach muscles are working hard while doing sit-ups. So it must be great for us, right? Well, while it strengthens your stomach muscles for sure, it's actually a really unnatural exercise and, as I said, potentially dangerous. Let me explain why. So first of all, what are the purpose of the core muscles surrounding our spine that we're trying to train with doing sit-ups? Of course they're needed for us to do different movements of our back, like bending forwards, etc. But there are really no situations where these muscles need to be strong in doing this kind of movement, except if there maybe was some sort of sport where you need to do this movement for hours.
Nygaard there in fourth position, looks strong. Herman Paus still impressive.
Okay, that's a sport like that. That's actually really big here in Norway as well. But what if I'm saying is correct, then there should be an overrepresentation in lower back injury problems in this sport. Yeah. Okay, so why is it that this simple sit-up might actually hurt your back? This is what our back looks like. We have 33 of these vertebrae stacked on each other, and between each vertebra we have these softer discs that act as sort of cushioners and also allow the movement between the vertebrae. And surrounding the spine we have a lot of different muscles. We have muscles that go all along our backs, and also we have small muscles that goes between each of these vertebrae in different ways. So what these muscles need to be strong at is protecting our spine and keeping our body straight and stable while we do different movements, like running, for example. So if you want these stabilizing muscles to be strong at keeping your spine straight, why would you do an exercise where you get super strong at bending your spine? It's simply not functional, but there's a bigger reason why you shouldn't do sit-ups, and that's the harmful part of it. All of these discs are super strong when they are properly aligned like this. That is why we don't break them from jumping and landing hard if you just land upright, and why we can lift a lot of weight if we just manage to keep our backs straight. But as soon as you start bending the back, the area where the pressure on these discs are becomes a lot smaller. And this of course is fine for like grabbing small objects and bending your back like that. I mean, that's why we can move our back. Our discs won't break from that. But what happens when you do a sit-up is that you not only bend your back like this, you also engage the stomach muscles in front of here. And while trying to lift your back from the ground, you need a lot of power. That's why you also work the muscles really hard. But what happens when you put a lot of power here, while the discs are bent, it will be a lot of power to a small area on the disc. And doing this repetitive movement where you put a lot of pressure on the discs like that might cause you to get a herniated disc, which we see here. An example of a disc that is bulking out and putting pressure on the nerves, which is a really painful injury that can cause big problems and become a long-term injury. So this is something you really don't want. So that is the theory why doing sit-ups actually might be harmful and why you shouldn't do it. But if you don't want to just listen to me, there is a Canadian professor of spine biomechanics called Stuart McGill who has studied the back for over 30 years. He tries to get people to stop doing sit-ups because he has simply found it to be a harmful exercise. He says, while there are lots of different ways to injure your back, the sit-up is an easily preventable one. According to his research, a crunch or a traditional sit-ups generate at least 3,350 newtons while you do the movement, which is equivalent to 340 kilograms of compressive force on the spine. The US National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health states that anything above 3,300 newtons is unsafe. So I love seeing people doing all kinds of training and improving their health and life in general from it. So I really don't want to leave you with an exercise that you shouldn't do without giving you an alternative. So what should you do instead? Remember what I said about these muscles around the core's main function of keeping your back straight and stable. So it's as simple as doing exercises where the back is in a good straight position and challenge it in that position. Like the classical plank. The US military actually made a switch to planks in their army combat fitness test because they likely discovered what research and understanding of biomechanics suggest. Planks beat sit-ups every time in every way. Variants of the plank have been proven in research to be the most effective way to incorporate and activate the abdominal and trunk muscles. If you don't just want to do the regular classic plank but want a whole set of great core exercises that you can start doing today that aren't dangerous for you, you can click this video here.